All right, Monday. Okay, generally pleased with the progress we made last week. Take a few penalties out of there, and there's always a few other things to clean up. Focused on the prep for Illinois. Obviously, good football team. Ought to be a great environment. Saturday night, looking forward to it.
Junior status.
Yeah, BB sustained a non-contact knee injury and will be lost for the season.
And with Kobe Martin, obviously played strong in that fourth quarter. Plus, is he a guy that might be ready to step into a larger role? To make that back to a three-back rotation.
Yeah, he's going to need to. And I thought he ran well Saturday night, and he's got talent, and he'll get more reps, and we're going to need him.
Forgive just kind of question, but they've got Luke Altmaier, a very experienced quarterback. I'm sure you've seen a lot of him, whether it's scouting for this game or maybe just watching him play other teams you've scouted. What are your impressions of what they do with him at that position and how they kind of accentuate his strengths?
First off, bigger picture, they're a really good football team. Got a lot of good players, a lot of veteran players. Coach Bielema does a great job, him and his staff, in all three phases, offense, defense, special teams. Veteran quarterback, has got arm talent, very accurate, can extend plays. He's won a bunch of games for Illinois, and that's the one thing about Illinois is they know what it takes. The success they had last year, return a good nucleus of guys, added some new ones, very much kind of like us, good core, returning that understands what it takes. So ought to be a great matchup, but impressed with Altmaier.
Curt, last year the schedule seemed to progress kind of perfectly as far as challenging. This year you start right off with a top 10 matchup. Any difference in preparation, or is it just a natural thing that goes
Not
with
really.
players?
I mean, look, last year before the season started, we were probably favored in 3 games, right? We were picked 17th out of 18 teams. So every Big Ten game that we went into, we were an underdog before the season started, maybe with the exception of Purdue. So, last year's in the books. It's a new year. Illinois is a good football team. We're a good football team.
Matt, upper right, and Sammy.
Coach, just want to say, what you've seen so far from Illinois defensively on tape? I mean, what kind of challenges will they present for you guys?
They've morphed a little bit schematically, starting in the bowl game last year against South Carolina in some of their coverage packages, and carried on into this season. Multiple personnel groupings defensively, 4-2-5, 5-1-5, 5-2-4, 4-1-6, and others. They do a nice job of disguising coverage. Got some nice disguises. And they play a lot of guys, got a lot of good players. Run to the ball, get a lot of hats to the football. Good pressure on the quarterback, tight coverage. Really tied together well with good players.
Sammy, upper right, and Zach B.
Coach, Hank Beatty, their main punt returner and receiver, what makes him so hard to defend on offense, and then what do you need to do in the punt game to limit his opportunities?
Yeah, well, he's our leading receiver, but they do spread the ball around. He's a good player, good ball skills, good movement skills. As in terms of a punt returner, hang time always helps. Give the coverage time to get down there and do a great job with our coverage net, tackle, and space.
Zach B in front of Pete.
Coach, you said that you've had to coach this team harder than you have in years past. How much progress do you think they've made on that front heading into week 4?
Yeah, I think, first 3 games, that was the recipe. We had to bring this team along as far as we could. We were playing teams we were pretty heavily favored against. ODU turned out to be a pretty decent team, didn't they? So now, that we're ready for Big Ten football. And, I like the progress we've made. Now we got to stack days, meetings, practices, and days in preparation, put ourselves in the best position for success Saturday night.
Pete, upper left, and Seth.
Yeah, Curt, Illinois hasn't had a turnover this year. What makes them so efficient offensively to be able to do that?
Yeah, well, they've done a nice job protecting the ball. No turnovers, six takeaways. The Duke game is a 1-point game at half, and Duke turned it over 5 times, and that was the name of the story right there. The 4 fumbles. So, do a nice job of stripping the ball. But we're 5-1 in the turnover ratio as well. BB had a fumble his first carry. Other than that, we've been pretty clean, and we've been able to take the ball away ourselves. So, line of scrimmage, turnover ratio, battle of explosives, being good in critical situations. Teams needs to be a win. That's always the formula. Never really has changed. So, I think when you look at the two teams statistically, you'll see a lot of dominant numbers for the offense, defense, and special teams.
Step on your left to Joe.
Curt, do you have any prior relationship with Brett Bielema, and what, I guess, about the way he coaches and just what about his teams make them tough to play against?
Yeah, no, never coached against him. Really, never met him till I joined the conference. He was very welcoming. Always had a lot of respect for him as a coach. He was a head coach at a very young age, and has really had some nice teams. And he's done a great job at Illinois, and they're fundamental, and you can see the coaching show up on tape.
Joe, second row middle, understand.
You get one extra day of preparation because of the Friday game last week. Is there anything different in the process, and really how important is it to maybe have the extra day for your players' bodies to rest?
Yeah, no, we, as a staff, I gave the staff Saturday off, so we resumed normal Sunday routine. Players got an extra day off. Will benefit them also, and we're into a normal Monday.
Daniel in front of Josh.
Y'all have rushed for over 300 yards each week. What do you feel has kind of, why, I guess? Like why have y'all had so much success in that regard?
Well, we're doing a good job up front and at tight end. Receivers are doing a nice job blocking. Backs are running hard. And, Bob does a great job with the line. And, we've been a little better than the people we played to.
Josh, on your right to Will.
Coach, no national pregame show is going to be here, just a simple game. How nice is it to not have that noise and clutter here pregame?
Well, I'm always focused in on the game regardless. So for me, it doesn't really change much. It's a nationally televised game, NBC. It's going to be a, great environment, and I know our players will be excited.
Will on your right to back the news.
Coach, going into Big Ten play, how do you as a team ensure that you either replicate the success you had last year or improve upon it?
Last year's history. I don't compare to last year. I'm totally focused on the here and now in this team. So I think we made good progress last week. Now we got to have a great week of prep so we can play our best Saturday night. And, I don't look down the road at who we play and this and that. I just want to have a great Monday today.
Hands on your left to Jared.
Did you see, I don't know, given the competition, but did you see the improvements you wanted to in the secondary from kind of the previous week, or is that kind of to be determined because some of that was pace?
No, I thought we made improvements in all areas defensively. We got lined up, played with more urgency, got more hats to the ball, coverage was tighter. So it was good.
Jared, upper right.
When Fernando has a game that he did against Indiana State, how do you go into that this week, sort of needing adjusting things and improving things from him still?
I can't hear the last part of your question.
How do you go into this week, just still working on things after the game he had in week 3?
Well, every game's different because everybody's schematically is different, every opponent, and the personnel you're going to play against. So he's made progress. Really pleased with the way he finished the game and the progress he had made since the opener. This is a new week, but I have total confidence, he'll step up and respond.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.